I'm Deontay Jenkins, and here's what's on my mind. How would you describe the feeling of falling in love? No, seriously, how would you describe it? It's a hard question, nearly impossible to answer. Or at least for me it is. I've been in love 3 times in my life, and I cannot describe the feeling of falling in love, or even being in love, or falling out of love for that matter. But somehow in Richard Linklater's Before series, he manages to perfectly encapsulate those feelings for me. The Before series is a series of film that places its emphasis on characters rather than plot. Specifically, 2 characters. These 2 characters, Jesse and Celine. The basic premise of the first film is Jesse, an American traveling through Europe, meets a stranger on a train, Celine. After having a great conversation with her and only having 1 night left in Europe before he flies back to America, he convinces her to get off the train with him in Vienna. Neither of them know the country or even speak the language, which could be the cause of a lot of comedic hijinks in other films. But what happens next isn't an outrageous rom-com or even a dramatic love story filled with heartbreaks and breakups and makeups, and it's a conversation. And we, the audience, are treated to a glimpse of what it feels like to fall in love by listening in on this conversation. Falling in love isn't a singular moment. It doesn't happen fast and it doesn't happen slow. It just happens. It's a series of happenings that makes you realize at this moment in my life, this is my person. And Linklater paints these moments brilliantly, often without even using dialogue, which is remarkable for a film that's pretty much all dialogue. We not only get to hear these 2 fall in love with the dialogue, but we get to see it, which in turn makes us feel it. Like here in this completely dialogueless moment, we feel the love they have for one another growing, just by the looks they share. Not a kiss, not a grand declaration of love, just looks. Linklater is smart to hold on this moment and let the audience feel them falling in love and not just tell us that they are. And the series is filled with moments like this, filled with moments that make you feel exactly what it means to be in love. In the second film, 9 years have passed since that fateful night that Jesse and Celine met, and neither of them have seen each other since. They had made plans to meet up again 6 years later, but it's revealed that Jesse showed up and Celine didn't.
Did you show up in Vienna that December?
Did you?
No, I couldn't.
They only meet now because Jesse's written a successful book about the day that they met and is on a book tour in Paris. That being said, the love never goes away, only they're no longer falling in love and they're just simply in love. Time nor distance nor Jesse getting married and having a kid has stopped them from being in love. For me, it's the perfect description of falling in love because no matter how it goes, it never goes how it's supposed to go. Even with it not working, it somehow works. When you're in love, you don't care what the obstacles are, you don't care what the differences in opinion are, you just want to be around each other. Although the conversations become more challenging and the differences more apparent,
But at the same time, it's dangerous. An imperialist country can use that kind of thinking to justify the economic greed. You know, human rights is...
Particular imperialist country you have in mind there, Frenchie?
the 2 of them feel what a perfect match is. A perfect match is being similar enough to feel comfortable but different enough to challenge each other. They listen to each other's ideas on life. And although both of them are in relationships, the love they have for each other is stronger than ever. And it feels so natural between the 2 of them. It's not forced, it just is. The film is about the ups and downs of getting older, missing who you were, missing the romanticism of falling in love, losing who you are, and realizing that who you now are is intertwined with the person that you're in love with, and understanding how wonderful and scary that is at the same time. Realizing that as you grow, the love grows. And knowing that no matter how much things may be going wrong and how things may not be going the way you wanted to, this is right and nothing else matters. Once again, the story is told in the little moments. Like this one, where Celine is listening to Jesse speak and she's so overwhelmed by her feelings that she just wants to... The film knows what it feels like to just look at someone and be in love. But what happens when that love isn't enough anymore? Or when life beats you down and new obstacles come, but you're so deep in the love that you don't know where else to go? This is what the third and as of now final film in the series explores. 10 more years have passed and the little moments are all but gone. The love isn't new and exciting anymore. You know each other better than you know yourselves, and you know how to push each other's buttons, and casual conversations turn into fights. And often disagreements about lifestyle and ideas come up. What happens when she wants to live here and he wants to live there?
Jesse, I'm not moving to Chicago.
Or she knows you well enough not to trust you in this situation, and you know her well enough not to trust her in that situation.
While you were doing that raiding in Washington? When your cell phone supposedly broke that night? How convenient. Swear on our kids you didn't fuck that lady from the bookstore.
Do I ever ask you about the time you went to go visit your old boyfriend after his mother died? No.
One of the most interesting parts of the third film is they spend the most time out of the trilogy speaking to other people. It's a stark change between the first two films when it was pretty much just the two of them, and when they did speak to someone else, it was together. Although it was literally just 2 days of their lives, the fact that they were rarely separate shows the freshness of the love. And in the third film, the fact that they have prolonged conversations without the other being present is a representation of an older love. A love that's not quite new. It's not just the two of them falling and being in love anymore. Because no matter how deep in love they are, the love gets old. Other interests and obligations and outside forces come in, and there's no way to get around them, whether you want to or not. Their confident love is gone and insecurities come into play. Romance slows, the sexual tension is gone, to the point where the two of them getting ready to have sex doesn't look like this or this anymore. It just looks like something to be done. They do want to feel the same love that they had before, but it's not the same anymore. Little things that would have been ignored before become arguments that nobody wants to lose. Instead of moments like this, you get moments like this. But even in all of that, the love is still there. The third film isn't a breakup film. They ultimately stay together in the end. It's a film about the evolution of love. Love is complex, and it's often done unrealistically on film. There's no such thing as a happily ever after. You don't fall in love and just stay there. You often fall in and out of love every day. The real love comes from the work that you put in to stay there and get back to where the love was. The Before series is a series of films told in 3 acts, and the 3 acts are the 3 stages of love: falling, being, and losing. It's funny that the most powerful moments in a series of films that's pretty much all dialogue happens where there's no dialogue at all. This is done with intent. When making a film where it's pretty much all talking, the silence is where the heart of the film lies. The silent moments are what we feel. Art is about feeling, no matter what that feeling may be: fear, joy, happiness, anger, love. Whatever that feeling is, you have to feel it. The Before series is a perfect, albeit slightly pretentious series of films that allows the audience to feel what it's like to feel love. And because of that, it's one of the most honest depictions of love ever put to film. But then again, what do I know? Thanks again for watching, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Drop a comment down below if you have anything you want me to make a video on. If you have any comments on anything I'm doing, either the short films that I'm doing or the videos that I'm posting, whatever, just talk to me. You can follow me here on social media. You can check out my latest short films here, and make sure you tell a friend about what's going on here. Also, don't forget to come back next time because I think you're pretty cool. Peace.